I'm Donna Emery from Glover Nursery, and it's late summer right now, and we're starting to think about fall and what we need to do to get prepared for fall. There is some pruning you can do in the fall, but not a lot. You can prune maples and birches and other trees that tend to bleed a lot of sap if you prune them in the spring. It's up to you. You can do it in the spring. It's not going to hurt the tree. It just looks a little unsightly with all the sap dripping. So choose to prune maples and birches now if you like. And cleaning up your garden for fall involves dealing a lot with your perennials. And we have a few here that we can show you some care for. This is a Solomon seal that is a shade plant. And due to our very, very hot sunny summer, we see some damage on these leaves. Now, if this were in my garden, I would want to clean it up a little bit. You can just snip off the affected part of the leaf, or you can take it back a ways, which would go a little faster. But I'm just going to cut off what doesn't look good. This one has more, so I'm going to cut it back. So in just a couple of minutes, I've made that plant look great. So it doesn't take a lot. Same with this foam flower here. A lot of people will send me pictures or actually bring in the plant and say, my plant's dying, what's wrong? Well, it's not dying, it's just going through its normal cycle. So the same thing, if you want to tidy it up, just clean out anything that's dead or wilted. It's normal for these plants to decline after a while in the season. Just cut them back and they'll come back fine. Now, if it were later in the fall and it was starting to look really pretty bad, then it's time to do the major fall cleanup. And on this one, this is a Santolina. Because it's early, I could just cut out the dead, or I could say it's time for this plant to be put to bed for the fall and just cut it back. This plant wasn't dead or dying, it's just had some of the stems die back. So you can see it's got lots of life left in it, and we're ready for winter and spring. Now it's up to the individual gardener whether you want to do this level of cleanup in the fall or in the spring. Leaving the foliage and the dead leaves does help to insulate the crown of the plant over the winter. But if you don't like the look of it, you can cut it all the way back to within an inch or two of the ground in the fall. I tend to do that level of fall cleanup because I don't have time in the spring. If I had a different job, I would wait until spring because the seed heads and the leaves feed the insects and the birds, and I would just leave it alone. But since I can't, I do it in the fall, and it works out great. So if you have any questions, please call us or come down and visit us at Glover Nursery. We'll be happy to talk to you.